Since Deadpool is back on the big screen, we thought we'd take a look back to his feature debut in 2016 by examining, dissecting, and overanalyzing every frame of his iconic freeway sequence. This is Double Take, Deadpool edition. The opening action sequence to Deadpool introduced us to the wisecracking, fourth-wall-breaking anti-hero as he leapt off of a freeway overpass and into our collective hearts. And also an SUV. There's a lot to break down about this memorable scene. Let's get into it. Okay, so after Deadpool the character pissed off fans in his debut in 2009's X-Men Origins Wolverine,
I know, right?
both Fox and actor Ryan Reynolds were eager to take another stab at it. Or because this was Deadpool, they wanted to take several stabs, a shotgun blast, and a hot poker in the eye at it. So Zombieland scribers Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick were brought on board, and VFX specialist Tim Miller was tapped to direct. Miller got the job, in part, because of this amazing cinematic trailer he worked on for the DC Universe online game. Miller was given a low six-figure budget to make a test reel, something to show executives what a Deadpool movie might look like, and that reel basically became the Deadpool freeway chase we all know and love. Sadly, didn't work, so it sat on the shelf for 3 years collecting dust, busy not becoming the highest-grossing R-rated film of all time. But then, in August of 2014, the footage leaked online, setting off a frenzy among fanboys who finally saw the Merc with a mouth authentically realized on screen. The viral excitement revived the studio's interest, and Deadpool the movie was born. The world may never know for sure who leaked the footage, but we do know how the scene was actually shot, thanks to this breakdown posted by the VFX studio Atomic Fiction. Interiors and close-ups were shot with live actors on green screen, while digital effects were used for pretty much everything else. That is a real freeway you're seeing in the background. Scenes were shot in and around Vancouver's Georgia Street Viaduct, which was shut down during early morning hours for 2 weeks to accommodate the filming. Vancouver. It's every city in every movie. But the fact that so many scenes were entirely fabricated in computers meant that the effects team could add all sorts of little Easter eggs in there. Pretty much all the freeway signs that you see are actually shout-outs or comic book references, not real directions for getting around the Vancouver area. Liefeld Street and Nicieza Street honored Deadpool creators Rob Liefeld and Fabian Nicieza. Ditka West references comic book legend Steve Ditko, who didn't work on Deadpool but did work on Spider-Man, whose style Wade basically copped. Kelly Way and Fort McGinnis refer to Joe Kelly and Ed McGinnis, whose influential run on Deadpool in the late 90s helped to inspire the movie. There's a road sign for 98 West, which is not a real freeway that runs through Vancouver. Most likely this refers to New Mutants number 98, the very first comic book in which Deadpool appeared. Wernick Parkway shouts out writer Paul Wernick, who co-wrote the script. Historic Ayakata is a real obscure one. He was a sumo wrestler who also worked as a hitman and appeared in a single issue of Deadpool back in 1998. Wow, much reference. Our slow-mo journey through that SUV during the opening credits also featured some fun little digitally animated treasures for our collective amusement. Notice that matchbook for number 5 orange? That's the Gentlemen's Club in Vancouver that stood in for Vanessa's workplace. Just the inside though. The city's Cobalt Hotel portrays the exterior. There's also a tube of Hello Kitty lip balm in that SUV, possibly dropped in there by Deadpool himself. It was pretty chaotic, and we know he's a huge Hello Kitty fan. Back in Dopinder's cab, we see Deadpool transporting his guns in a Hello Kitty backpack. For a long time, Hello Kitty was also the only account Deadpool followed on Twitter, but he's since added the account for Peter W. from Deadpool 2. Marketing! You probably noticed the wallet flying through the vehicle that contains a collectible Green Lantern card. Heh. But did you see it also has a Yogurtland rewards card stuffed behind it? This is a callback to Wade's use of Yogurtland rewards cards when he was first picking up Vanessa at Sister Margaret's.
A Yogurtland rewards card.
By the way, while we're here, these credits, they feel a little, I don't know, what's the word, like, honest? That's because Ryan Reynolds and Tim Miller have both said that they originally wanted to do an honest trailer-style closing credit, but couldn't quite figure out how to crack it. Fortunately, they left that to the experts, and by experts I mean the folks that just make their living snarking at movies instead of making them. Man, I had dreams once. Before he jumps off the overpass and into the car below, DP's listening to Shoot by Salt and Peppa. This is actually one of 2 2016 films to make prominent use of Salt and Peppa. What a Man was featured notably in Central Intelligence. The song was originally released in 1993, but experienced a resurgence in popularity after the movie came out. The week of Deadpool's release, Shoot shot up to number 19 on the Billboard hip-hop charts. One might almost say it was packed and stacked, especially in the back. Gotta thank Deadpool for a butt like that. Let me get some fries with that shake. Never mind. So it's not a huge surprise that Salt and Peppa came out as big fans of the film and performed the song at the MTV Movie Awards when Ryan Reynolds won Best Comedic Performance. Right before he jumps, Deadpool says his movie catchphrase, "Maximum effort."
Maximum effort.
Reynolds claims that this is the first original concept for Deadpool's character that he and the film's writers came up with that wasn't from the comics.
Maximum effort.
But eagle-eyed Redditors actually found out that the comic book version of Deadpool has used the phrase once, back in Deadpool number 900. Great job, Redditors. You made Ryan Reynolds look like an
Anywho.
Maximum Effort is also the name of his production company, which developed the film and Deadpool 2. Once he's in the car, Deadpool makes a reference to the car seat being made from rich Corinthian leather.
Rich Corinthian leather.
This references a series of Chrysler commercials starring Ricardo Montalban from the 1970s.
Rich Corinthian leather.
The phrase doesn't actually mean anything. The leather in the cars doesn't actually come from Corinth, but man, does it sound smooth coming out of Khan's mouth. According to Ryan Reynolds on Twitter, Deadpool's katana swords are nicknamed Bea and Arthur, one of a number of references to Wade's love for the TV sitcom Golden Girls. In the scene where he threatens the pizza delivery guy, note that he's also wearing a Bea Arthur shirt. Reynolds carries this joke over to Twitter as well. Which leads us to the big closing joke, where Deadpool wonders if he left the stove on.
Did I leave the stove on?
Now this is a common cliche thing that people worry about when they leave the house for a while, but actually, it's likely that you could leave your stove on for a good long while without suffering any major negative consequences. Part of the testing done on stoves before they reach the market ensures that they have thermal stability, which means they can remain running indefinitely without overheating. As long as you don't leave anything near the open flame or anything on the stove itself, you should be fine. Isn't that fun? We ruined humor.
One thing that never survives this place is a sense of humor.
And with that little bit of maximum effort, we're ready to wrap up another edition of Double Take. Thank you guys for watching, and seriously, don't leave your stoves on. I mean, I know I said what I said, but like, I'm not an expert, I'm not a paid like oven scientist or anything, and just leave the thing off. I don't want your house to explode, and you're like, the people that do the videos that aren't as popular as the Honest trailer said it was fine. Bye.